Hello, Travis here, and welcome back to another episode of Factorio Space Age. In the last episode, we finally researched and unlocked the coveted construction robots, and demonstrate. I didn't exactly give a proper demonstration of what construction robots do, but now that I have a full, but now that I equipped kit out my with a pretty rudimentary thing. When we get power armor, we'll be able to do a lot more of it. But to kind of show you exactly what I mean, watch as my robot minions and look at that. I did not place a single one of those belts. The robots did that for me. And another thing that we can do is if we this is kind of a surprise to me. Construction robots can repair stuff. So if just as you saw, I shot my car up a little bit, and the robot took a repair pack from my inventory, and that's ultimately the power of construction. Now that means this base's spaghetti days are almost numbered. I say almost because we're going to be making. We're going to be today. We're going to be crafting up a mall that will basically build up all of our the stuff. And the first thing I want to do, start with, these special chests called passive provider chest and storage chest. I'll talk about when we get into logistics. I will talk more about specifically what eating. But know that if red chest construction robots will pull from the red. If items need them, robots will grab stuff from the thing. And storage chest is basically a kind of like a dump chest that you can semi-filter, but it's basically kind of. Oh, and with the addition of a quality, we now have to specify quality. Since we're not using any modules yet, we're gonna have to just do like that. So we want to do steel chests. So yeah. We're going to. This is a little bit annoying, but But I didn't want to craft storage tanks. I want steel chests, so we can make and storage chests. We will want to be a little bit conservative with our red chips because free assemblers is definitely not enough for everything. But as a supply base, this will suit our needs perfectly. There's a reason why I want to do. And this warning just means that there's no logistics network that pull from, and I can show you what I mean by that. By the screen rectangle indicates where construction bots can pull from, and an orange box will indicate where logistics bots can pull from. But they also act as chests in their own right. So. Alright. I need to add some. So this is going to be a building episode, in case you. Our goal is to get as much stuff as automated as possible, so. So there's a storage. Next, let's work on another essential thing: assemblers. Assemblers are a bit tricky, but they're not terrible. Alright. I'm aware that iron and copper veins are looking a bit dire, but we'll properly rebuff them when we need to. Alright. We're going to be using a lot of stuff off of this particular line. Alright. Alright, so that's a... But we're not going to stop at assembler 1s. We want to get assembler 2s, which, of course, need a bit more. Of course, this is where all cleanliness goes out the window. So if you order a shield your eye, this video might not be the one for you. Oops. Alright, so that's assembly machine 2's down. We have a... In fact, we're going to use a bulk inserter. This used to be called a stack inserter, but basically it grabs a bunch of items and at once and puts them in. There are ways to upgrade them, and that's through the inserters. And in a nutshell, they're kind of the best way to unload trains. And we will be using trains as a way to. We're kind of exhausting a lot of our things. We're getting into a lot of what we call the infinite researches. Mostly because they go infinitely. What do you know? We can probably do that. Alright. Alright. Let's get into some... Now that we have a supply of infinite... And now why don't we kind of do another demonstration of our power, since we're doing a lot of this green one is the upgrade planner, and yeah, robots at the very start are very slow, but they're honestly you can also configure the upgrade planner to kind of show what you want it to do. But we don't really need yeah, they're very slow, but we'll get to upgrade to resolving things. But first, rail signals. Rail signals are very cheap and very fast to craft, and we only want a lot of them. So let us add this to our mall setup. And then, since we're starting to get low on iron, time to add time to make a. Alright. So yeah, the important part of a starter base is to basically make sure when you're upgrading from it, you want to make sure you can manufacture. You want to make sure the starter base can supply all the resources you need to make the better base, because that will save you a lot of time in waiting for resources to craft. Alright. Instead of robots can also deconstruct. As you can see, they're constructing the new. I'll handcraft this miner just so we can get it out. There we go. This underground arrangement that allows me to weave power poles in also allows me to save on belts. Well, I really should be using medium power poles. I'm gonna. Yeah. I don't expect this patch to last very long, but again, I plan on making use of trains to ship in our next base's materials. Bless me. Look at my little robot legion go. And just like that, we're alright. We will want to start making robo parts, so I think I'll. Yeah, and yeah, our iron. It's not looking too bueno right now. I might, in fact, just cancel all of our research right now and just because that's where a bulk of our resources our bulk of our resources are going to screen circuits, which we can't really avoid, and red and our science is down here. But perhaps it's time to take out our next toy that we've been stocking up on for a while now, which is red fast red or what we call red belts. The red belts allow us to move items faster, but more items. But also we can move more items at the same time. And obviously this is a band-aid solution, but the goal of this base is again to supply the with materials that we need for let's see. What was I trying to Roboports. Right. Roboports are definitely a key thing, especially if you want to get the base down, our next base down fast enough. We're all still. You're getting close to these biter bases, but. Alright. Okay, the quality is a bit of a behind to manage that, but. They stacked at 10, so I want kind of have like a. That many. Alright, so let's get to under. We have the. Isn't doing too. I was hoping that this iron badge could make it to. We're definitely pushing the limits of our starter patches. But again, research won't be a huge issue once we Though we're definitely going to accelerate the dependency. We're going to start rail automation. That way, when we hit the critical load on the amount of we can not have to deal with that. It's time to automate locomotives. Now, I did say I wanted to make a dedicated train episode, but I've decided I want to push that back later. Perhaps one deeper in the run. I kind of want to make this a higher quality video. So just know that I'm still planning on doing my Trains 101, but I'll kind of sprinkle in tips and tricks here and there. With that being said, we don't need all that many trains, so Alright, with that out of the way, time to create power poles. To do train stuff. Alright. We're going to create power poles by being sneaky and alright. There we go. There's power poles. I'm gonna gonna stick train stations down here too. Oh, they're called train stops, but potato, right? Yeah, so, we're kind of milking all these belts for all that we can, but we really only need this base to make enough supplies to make our next base, which we can use to upgrade the later base. Yeah. I'm not super worried about the state of so how can I potentially sneak alright, cargo wagons. Another easy one that we can isn't it nice to not have to handcraft everything? Alright. The one other thing that we need to make for bulk inserters. However, I'm gonna refrain until we can So we can certainly start working. See, miners, assemblers, got belts. Undergrounds are but we can Alright. Stations, signals, got locomotives. We don't have fluid wagons, but due to our this oil patch should do us well through most of what we need. If not, we can always go exploring for more resources. Got roboports that we'll eventually be using to build out the base. One thing that I will probably try and squeeze in at some point is a solar panel accumulator. Yeah. One thing that we could work on before we call it a day is a lamp. But we'll probably call it I think we'll call it today. Sorry if this episode wasn't super exciting. But of course, being building out a mall is pretty important to without the building supplies, you can't really build anything. And thing. And with a lot of our critical supplies being already being crafted, I think our next episode we're going to I'm going to start going over exactly what the plans for the next space are going to be, how the what I need to thing, and then we'll probably do a bit of territorial expansion. See try and claim more resources and begin to set up a base perimeter. And with that, I think I'm gonna call it here. If you found this video informative, even if it wasn't super exciting, leave a like down below. If you have any questions or concerns, leave a comment. And if you want to see more Factorio, hit that subscribe button and follow for more videos. And I will see you next time.